Hello everyone, welcome to my Fallout New Vegas channel thing going on right now, playing with the mod list. Viva New Vegas, I talked about it in my last video. Um, I am, I got Rex, I got this guy fully upgraded with Ray's brain, so this dude is a monster now. Stop shaking, jeez. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to go over my build a little bit and like what I'm doing in this game. Um, Essentially, I I don't want to be limited to one specific thing other than damage resistance. Like I'm going heavy armor because I'm using melee weapons, I'm using explosives, I'm using guns, I'm using energy weapons, and I just wanted to showcase that like if you are okay with missing shots or overcompensating with shots for drugs, like steady or so. Why are you like this? Sorry, guys. This thing just wants to shake constantly. I think that's better. Um, you would think, and also this is for people who have have played this game to the final stage, right? Like this isn't exactly a, I would say it's like an intermediate explanation. Um, certain you would think that like certain skills, like I don't know, uh, unarmed or something, would be affected by something like strength. But in this game, strangely enough, it's not. It affects strength kind of affects your unarmed swings faster and gives you like new abilities and certain perks that can make unarmed ridiculous. Now, I won't with the build I'm going, right, because I'm going this like generalized build. I want to be able to do things in every scenario. The developers of this game knew that like you know, if you're funneling into one thing, like let's say you're only doing explosives and literally nothing else, like you only had bombs on you, you're going to be in some places in the game, some encounters, especially in DLCs, where you're in a small confined area, and you might just if you have Psycho on and you you know, misplace your explosive or misplace your position when the explosion goes off, you might just blow yourself up and have to restart that whole area unless you're save scumming. But forget about save scumming. Like I only do that once in a while when some stupid bug comes on. And also make sure to always get the Pimp Boy 3 billion. It's literally the coolest thing in the game. So, I'm not fully you know, and unarmed or fully uh heavy armor. I'm also got the Radiancer or whatever. I ended up not oh shit, that's NCR. I'm not cool with NCR. But I ended up not getting the multiple one that heals a lot because I have the Them's Good Eating perk, which I went over last video, and it is absurd to be able to have that much healing all the time. Uh it makes boss fights so much easier. It actually makes some fights easier than being surrounded by a bunch of strong enemies, right? Like if there's 5 Robo Scorpions attacking you or 5 NCR veterans attacking you, um, that's going to be a way worse encounter than fighting a boss in this game, oddly enough. In most cases, there's some bosses that it's like the legendary bloatfly, for instance. That thing, you're gonna be stuck there for a while unless you have uh, 4 mini nukes if you're playing on the difficulty that I'm playing at. And if you're okay with idle sway, then you can you can be at less than 20 gun skill and not even have very many perks into a gun skill and still do pretty decent damage, even at the difficulty that I'm at. Um, this sniper, for instance, you can see how bad my idle sway is. Like, that's terrible. But since the silenced weapon, like, if you're in a hidden spot like me over here, like, what are these guys gonna do? They're not gonna, look at that. I am at 19 skill. 19 skill, and I killed that guy in one shot. He's probably got, you know, quite a bit of health. Since we're at very hard. So, and look, you can kind of overcompensate, and you can also see those were all just torso shots. Like, I'm not even shooting them in the head, and it's doing enough damage. Jeez, it's so dark again. It's doing enough damage to just outright kill them. It's pretty absurd. And also with, you know, I talked about the mod pack a lot. Ooh, psycho. I've talked about the mod pack a lot before. In the base game, there's this rigid structure of spawn rates for certain NPCs, right? With the mod pack, it like generates more spawns more frequently, so you can take advantage of that and make absurd amounts of money, get absurd amounts of ammo, and repair the shit out of everything if you're running jury rigging. I would say, if you know, you could get by without jury rigging, but it is a pain in the ass. Like, if you're okay with, you know, swapping out shit all the time, or spending a ridiculous amount of money on repairs from NPCs, I mean, go for it. But like, look at this. And also, I think it's a level 14 perk, right? Yeah, it's a level 14 perk. Jury rigging is something you can get pretty easy. So for most builds for me, I'm rushing. Like, no matter what I'm doing, I always want to get jury rigging, because you just want to have your weapons at max condition, right? You don't want to deal with broken equipment. Now, it makes things a little bit difficult when you're running like heavy armor, because it doesn't then you got to go buy the specific things, right? Like, you got to repair it with another piece of heavy armor. But like I said, since these NPCs are respawning at a much more frequent rate, you get to see many more metal armor in the wasteland, and you can benefit from that greatly. And also, I'm also running a talent, or not talent, what am I talking about? World of Warcraft brain, trying to get that out of my mind. But if you're getting this perk, Atomic, and if you pair it with another one that I think heals you while you're being radiated, it's pretty ridiculous. Like, if you read this, come on, mouse, work with me. Look, you are 25% stronger and faster whenever you're radiated. So in any radiated area, you can just like stand there and start punching people ridiculously fast. Like, if you have like the Saturnite Fist, or the superheated Saturnite Fist from Old World Blues, you will be swinging like every half a second. There's like no cooldown to it, so you're just punching the shit out of things super fast, and then you can also run away from them super quick. And additionally, while you're outside of a radiated area and you have a large amount of radiation on you, your AP regenerates at a faster rate. Now, I don't know the exact amount, right, of what that is. It doesn't tell you here, but you could probably get the information online. And I also decided to go heavyweight, and that's because, like I said, I don't want to be hindered by any. I want to use all ammo types. I want to use all melee types, and like I said, to branch on to that earlier, what I was talking about with stats and things, the game lies to you. It tells you things that are just not true. Like, in the beginning of the game, I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, this says that grants a bonus to explosives and energy weapons, and from my understanding, it really doesn't. Like, perception doesn't actually change that much. The things that change the most damage would be probably strength for specifically melee weapons, not unarmed, and agility. Agility allows you to, use your action VATS, right? But I'm not running a VATS build this time, so I'm not too worried about agility. And then luck. Luck is goated, right? It's the best stat in the game. Now you can just start out from the gate with 10 luck and get by. Like you can complete the game on very hard with 10 luck at the beginning, and it will actually carry you a little bit more in the beginning. If you're doing the build that I'm doing, the early game on very hard is kind of shitty. Like you're gonna get some crits and stuff, but you are also you're hitting them like a wet napkin. So I was killing powder gangers and stacking up on dynamite and picking up whatever they could get. Like, it really feels like you're just like, trying to get by. But then once you get past like level 20 and you start getting those that from that them's good eating perk where you can get those healing things, those healing items, all of a sudden you're much more free to take more damage, or also if you have better gear, right? And I also wanted to show you guys something that I spent a ridiculous amount of time doing, and it's gonna look absurd. But if you go in here, I love Field Shack. It's near the Boomers. It's got a bed. It's got a bunch of storage stuff. Nothing spawns in here at all, and it's pretty much safe unless you have enemies with NCR or Legion. Does this thing ever stop shaking? Stop shaking. But if you look here, man, like I literally spent probably over 3 hours in total bringing all this crap over here. There's the Rat Slayer there. There's the Proton Inversal Axe. Like I have a bunch of stuff just sitting in here, and I use all of this either for when I run low on money, or I need a certain repair, or I want to switch out weapons, right? Because, like I said earlier, I'm gonna repeat myself. Sorry, I'm repeating myself, but I want to use everything. I don't want to. I've been in other builds like where I was like a pure sniper or a pure pistol, and ammo starts becoming an issue after a while, and you do these honestly just tedious routines where you're going from location to location, waiting for them to replenish and buying out all the ammo and stuff, and that can be kind of annoying. So with this build, it gives you versatility essentially, and allows you to run whatever because I'm running low on this one ammo type. Well, I have been grabbing a bunch of 357 ammo, and now I have 1,000 of that because I was using 5.56 with either the Rat Slayer or that gun or something. And if you keep that in the back of your mind, you will always have like a supply of it's almost endless ammo. And also, if you guys look, yes, I am part of Caesar's Legion. I know most people don't like that. I'm not going for a specific ending. The ending that I'm going to be doing is probably the worst results for the Mojave. The Ultralux is doing cannibalism again. Caesar's Legion is. I took out the Brotherhood of Steel, and I also got the Gamoras to side with Mr. House, or not Mr. House, sorry, Caesar's Legion, and I killed Mr. House. And I also did a little bit, you can also see, I did a little bit of Mr. House, because you can kind of gain the system a little bit and do multiple quests for maximum amount of XP, but You get to a certain point though where that's no longer viable, and then you can't progress further, or else you'll need to start wearing other faction armor. Like I had to wear NCR gear to go do some NCR quests because I didn't want to deal with the every time I go somewhere a bunch of NCR veterans with fucking like 2,000 health and 15 damage resist and 15 damage threshold, and it takes literally like, you saw that sniper that I did to that one NCR like 5 or 6 minutes ago. That guy has no damage threshold. Imagine if that dude had a trail carbine or a brush gun and was an NCR veteran. That dude could kill me in 3 shots. 3 crits, I'm dead. Um, Also, something that helps out, for me at least, is doing Old World Blues and getting the spineless and heartless and brainless things figured out. Like, get your brain back, get your heart back, get your spine back. In some builds, you might not want to do that, but the one I'm going, I want to maximize damage and maximize staying alive. So I got all that stuff. And yeah, but yeah, you can see, like, look at the uh, I've got the alien blaster. I've got, 5.56 pistol upgradable. I've got an anti-material rifle. I've got a fat man in my back pocket. I've got all this stuff, and it's viable for all situations. I can kill literally everything in the wasteland. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Deathclaw area, uh, not the quarry area, the one that's by Legion area that can give you the Remnant's power armor without even having to do the power armor quests. And what I did was I just put on a stealth man, took some drugs, sat on a corner, and I just shot like 3 or 4 fat mans, killed the legendary Deathclaw, and then got this gear. And now my damage threshold is way higher. I can take way more damage, and I can survive a lot more. Um, so yeah, it's a very, very fun build. It's like good for every scenario, right? Um, and I still actually have some quests in the Mojave that I could still do. Who is that NCR right there? And look, yeah, that's an NCR guy. See this sway? See that sway? It's awful. Yeah, I can't shoot this guy. All right. How much damage is that doing? Is he almost dead? You can see that my gun skill is just terrible. It's the only thing that's gonna make your sway better is like I said, drugs or better gun skill, maybe some gear you could put on. But you don't really need to. Like, if you're okay with using like I said earlier, if you're okay with using a silenced weapon, then you can just sit back and just chill. They're not gonna find you if you just wait for the sway to just be there. And yet again, like, I don't want to be going back and forth to different locations buying stuff all the time. Like, that is just not fun. I just want to run around and kill stuff. Why go around visiting, the trade post center at 188, or you know going back and forth, back and forth. I guess unless you're going NCR and you can go get that armory facility or whatever that they have at Hoover Dam. I think it's Hoover Dam, yeah. Then you're gonna have to just run all over the place and buy stuff and wait, and then go over there and go back and forth and sell stuff back, and then think about all this bullshit. And also, I love the unique weapons in this game. Like, the unique weapons in this game are so cool. There's not quite a game like it where it's like literally every single category of weapon has its unique variant, and it's super special and super cool, right? And then there's some that like are useless, right? Like I don't know, like the corrosive acid glove or whatever that you get from Old World Blues. That one's kind of whatever. And what? Let me check out what my plans are in the future. I guess is to probably get my unarmed and uh, medicine up, because medicine is going to make me replenish way more hit points, you know what I mean, off of stim packs and stuff. Maybe even on special get some more intelligence, I guess, to get more skill points. But honestly, if you're not using Logan's loophole, you can get almost everything maxed out, and then you're just a force of nature at that point. Like nothing can kill you, uh, if you take the right steps. Um, but yeah, um, I think that my next video will probably be just showcasing like what I can do, right? Like more combat stuff instead of talking to you guys personally about this stuff. But anyways, welcome to my prison, the prison that I live in currently. Um, and thanks for watching. I've been Caps or Luck Cap or whatever you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. But hopefully I see you guys again and have a good night or day, wherever whatever's happening with you. Bye bye.